Hey, this is the hot and sweaty Walt White from WaltonPA.com, as well as StogieReview.com with another range report on sporting clays. I actually just got in from the range not more than 10 minutes ago, and this was my third time out. My first, I went out the first Tuesday, then the following week I went out again on a Tuesday, and then I skipped a week, and today was my third time, fourth week. So, you know, I did leaps and bounds better than the last time I was out, and I'm actually really pumped up about it. I shot better than 75% of the 50 clay course, and that 75% is a conservative estimate. There was not a single pair of clay birds that I missed completely. I broke one from every set, and I was really pumped up about that. You know, there were no rabbits this time around to really trip me up, but I think I did really well. The following pair, there were a couple of them mixed in, and I nailed every one of those, and I really enjoy those following pair, because you get that one single clay that comes out and you break it, and then there's another clay that's following it out, and you really get time to set up on those when both clays are thrown at the same time, and you know, you're kind of rushed because you want to break one before it hits the ground, and then you want to break the other one before it gets too far out. So it's a speed game, and I'm finally starting to get in the groove of how fast to shoot, and it actually felt a lot more relaxed this time around. I didn't feel like I was rushed and struggling over the pump action. You know, it was really smooth, and I did really well, and you know, I've got a giant smile on my face because of it. Like before, I was the only person there shooting. I guess they had a group of about 6 guys come in, or 6 or 9 guys come in a little bit before me and finished up. And I was there, and the trapper was ready to go, so I did it alone, and I did pretty well. It was actually the younger kid that was trapping the first time I went, and that was giving me pointers and things, and afterwards he said, "Wow, you shot a whole lot better than you did the first time I threw for you." You know, I feel like I'm getting the pace down, and it's just coming easier to me now. And most of the birds, I'm not just kind of splitting them. I'm really hitting them and bursting them, which is fantastic. I mean, there were a couple of clays where I just kind of nicked them, and they broke in a couple of pieces in the air, but most of them, you know, just exploded and disintegrated, and that's awesome. It means my shots are on, and I'm getting the leading thing down. Now that I've transitioned over to this modified trap barrel, which is a little bit longer and has a bead in the midpoint and a white post at the end, I feel like I've got the barrel lined up now, and I've got sort of an index, whereas before I was shooting based off of the single bead at the end of the barrel, and I was kind of struggling with it. And I think when I mounted the gun, I may have had it cocked when I was looking down the barrel. But with that mid bead, you know, as soon as it disappears, I know I'm lined up. You know, it just disappears in the post, and you know, I've been doing really well with it, and I'm really happy. I'm probably going to continue doing an every other week schedule. I'm trying to get my brother involved and get him out and give it a try. But it gets a little expensive, and when you're there doing it alone, it's pretty fast-paced too. I think I was done the course in 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, something like that. It feels really fast, and you go through 50 shells in no time at all. When I've shot before, and there were a couple of guys in a group, it was much more relaxed and slower going. Not that shooting alone is really fast-paced. I mean, you move through the target stands fast, but you know, the shooting itself isn't any faster. Once again, I was told about their Sunday course, which is actually through the woods and stuff, and it sounds really interesting. I want to give it a try, and I actually want to get some video footage of me doing this. That's one of the benefits of having someone there like my brother, where I can just hand them my flip cam and say, hey, you know, shoot this video, and this way I can see what I'm doing. You know, I can watch the video footage back later and see, you know, what I'm doing right and what I need work on. Because doing that at the pistol range is helping tremendously, where I can see everything. Another thing I'm looking at doing is getting a body-mounted camera. I don't know what route I want to go. There's these Hunter specialty glasses that have a camera sort of right between the eyes, and they're not terribly expensive. They're like $120 $20 or something like that. And I'm really considering getting a pair. The viewing angle isn't really wide, but with the camera being mounted between my eyes, you should virtually see what I'm seeing. I mean, obviously the camera's not going to focus on what I'm focusing on, but you should get sort of my perspective of when I'm pulling the trigger and what the clays look like when I mount the gun and things. And I think that would be really cool. The viewing angle is not really wide. It looks like it has a permanent timestamp in the bottom right-hand corner of the video, because it's a hunting product. It's meant for, you know, going out in the woods and filming your hunting trip. So, you know, that date and time reference is important for hunts and things, but for what I'm using it for, or want to use it for, it's not really important to me. And I could crop it out, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to work yet, and whether or not I'm going to go that route, because there is still always, you know, a GoPro camera, but, you know, then you're walking around with a big square camera on your head. And they've also have I forget what it's called, but it mounts on the side of your head. I've seen both of them used in action pistol shooting, and they seem to work tremendously well, especially the GoPro camera. But that's a much larger step up in price. It's along the lines of $300. So that's where I'm at. I'm really happy with the results of this week's sporting clays, and that is this little video blog range report thingy. So until next time, happy smoking, happy shooting, and I will catch you later.